Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the anime How Not to Summon a Demon Lord from Manga Entertainment. And I've got to admit, this is an anime which I really do enjoy and also kind of go, it's way too overpowered at times. But before we begin the video, if you want to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop, then without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. This is one of my favorite animes so far. Having a gamer in a demon lord's body in an isekai anime is something that I thought I'd never see, but I did generally really enjoy this one. The storyline was great, but there were some things, again, as I said in the intro, did make me think he was way overpowered. The story for this anime is very simple. You will have a gamer who's been gaming for pretty much his entire life, and he's playing this MMO called Cross Rarity or something. I can't even say the second name of that one, but he is playing this game and he attaches this reflect magic type ring, and he defeats these kind of like other players, and then soon he is then summoned into this other world as Diablo, his character that he plays online. He meets two girls that give him a kiss on the cheek, which have actually tried to do a enslavement spell on him so that he'll do what they say no matter what. But because he's wearing the ring, the enslavement magic works on them instead. And you kind of think, oh, it's going to be one of those animes, but it's not. It's actually quite wholesome. I think that Diablo gives them like 2 commands only for one of the girls, and that's it. You know, and the whole anime is them about being adventurers. One of the girls is an elf and her name is Shera, and I literally thought, Shera, Princess of Power? But no, her name is Shera, and the cat girl is called Rem. The main focus of this anime is a demon that is inside Rem called Krem. Has a longer name, but I'm going to call it Krem because it's a lot easier. So she is scared, Rem that is, that everyone is going to leave her because of this powerful, like, mega demon that's residing inside her. It's not the whole case, but Diablo says that he's going to stay with her, and there's therefore a kind of bond's going to happen. And it's kind of interesting because it's a bit weird on how he actually starts talking to her in this way. The other story is Shera and how the other elves come home because of her family. And thus, therefore, this is kind of like the second major plot in the entire anime. Or, you know, like a side one, but it's kind of the majority of it at the very beginning. Then we have the kidnapping of Shera, and then obviously Krem coming out and laying a lot of destruction around the area. Okay, so they're kind of the main things. We've got demon, we've got elves, and that's pretty much it. So the pace of this anime is actually pretty decent. It doesn't move too fast, nor does it go too slow. So it's kind of in the middle, and that's what I kind of really like. The stories follow on from each other, so there's not kind of any downtime, but it's a majority of a boom, boom, boom. This is the whole pace of the anime. This is the story from A to Z. I do think this anime could have been a little bit longer. I think there's so much within this world that we don't see. We're kind of just seeing a few places. We see a bit of a forest, and majority of the things we see the inside of the town and the inside of the city, and that's pretty much it. I would have loved the fact that if this was longer, that they could have gone on multiple adventures rather than just kind of sticking to this sort of area. So I'm guessing that if they wanted to test this out, that they did, but I'm hoping that we'll see a lot more if there is a second season. If there is, let me know down below in the comments, because this is actually a really good anime. The animation in this anime I really generally liked because it felt smooth, it felt consistent, and it wasn't kind of jarring. Like, it'd been all planned out, everything was the exact same, and care had been taken to this whole anime. So it wasn't kind of rushed, which we see some animes do when it first comes out. I feel like the animation was crisp and clean, and that's what I like when I watch anime. I felt with the battles, the magic, the scenarios, basically the scenery as well, everything played out consistently and everything felt smooth, as I said previously. Now, like most animes, there is fan service. And with this one, I didn't think there was a lot of it. I just think that at times that they focused a little bit too much on it. But it wasn't like the kind of main focus. So seeing it at the very beginning and then some bits near kind of the middle and the end, some of it I would have gone, and maybe not put into it. One thing that did make me laugh is within this fan service is Diablo squirming and being like, oh no, what am I doing? Or he didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't know how to react. And seeing like this big, powerful monster, you know, this big guy going like, oh, I'm so scared. It was kind of funny, because it felt like the girls just didn't care and that they actually really cared for him. But he squirmed quite a lot, which felt in my eyes was something comical. Now, talking about the magic in this anime, seeing Diablo's power was impressive. There was a moment where he's fighting all the fallen at this like castle. He gets the message that Rem and some of the other characters are being attacked, and there's this giant fallen which we've seen. And when the way that he finishes it, I think it's called Holy or something like that, he uses, and it just drops. Like you see this massive expansion, and then it drops to a small little gem, and then hits the ground. Boom! I was just like, oh my god, that was impressive. And it reminded me of so many sort of ultimate attacks that we see in anime, and I was really happy with this. There's another scene which I'll probably talk about later on in this review, where it's Diablo versus this other mage that comes along. And I've got to admit, as soon as you see him, you hate him straight away. And it's when Diablo is kind of figuring out what he's doing in this world, why he's been summoned, what he can do. This other mage sorts of picks on him because Diablo showed him up. This other mage summons like a level 30 salamander dragon, and he's like, haha, I'm gonna destroy you, blah, blah, blah. And Diablo just literally takes all the punishment, all the magic that's thrown at him. And when everyone thinks that he's gone and defeated, he just steps out walking like, la, 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 la. Oh, magic? Let me show you some real magic. And it just completely obliterates this dragon and leaves the mage like going, oh my god, and then he runs off. You see him again later on because he's tried to convince the elves that Diablo has taken Shera or something like that. And you just see the fact that Diablo just wails on everyone really quickly and says, she's with me, she's mine, she's my friend. And you just see this mage not caring and running away saying like, I'll be back. Now, he does get sorted out much later on, but I do kind of wish he was the bad guy. Like, he came in most of the time and that was it. It just felt like there could have been a lot more. But when he gets his comeuppance, you're like, yes. One of the kind of funny moments in this is Diablo making potions, and he's making it with Shera. They're having kind of a talk about stuff. He's making HP recovery potions, but what happens is he focuses too much on Shera's boobs, and he instantly makes it like it's a done, and he can't figure it out. He's like, huh? But he's just like, he makes more and more as he kind of keeps focusing on. I just thought that was kind of funny because he didn't know how it worked, and she's really impressed and she doesn't notice him looking. He's just like, how did I do that? And I generally thought it was kind of a funny moment. Rem is a very sassy character, and I generally really liked this. It felt like she wasn't the whole, oh, I love you, Diablo, all the time. She showed her emotions. You know that she really likes him and possibly loves him, but the way that she's sassy most of the time, I generally really like that. It felt like it brought out of like kind of if there was fan service or if the story was kind of going one way, her sassy moments really made up for it. Another fun character, it was Amel, I think his name is. He is the Golden Knight. He is there to protect all the girls, etc., etc. And just the way he's introduced, at first you're like, oh, I don't really like this guy. This guy's a bit of a dick. But then much later on, you're like, actually, no, he's a decent character. He's a character that you can enjoy. You'd be like, oh, cool, you're awesome. I just felt at times he was a little bit over the top, but the way that he stands in for the girls when they need him, he gains respect really easily. And then he kind of fizzles out for a while until you see him much later on. But the way that he goes in for the attacks, the way that he protects the girls, I actually generally really liked. Diablo I really liked because it felt like he wanted to be this whole like, I am more powerful than anything. But then deep down, when he was really thinking about it, he wasn't scared. He was just the kind of character that'd be like, oops, did I go too far? You see this kind of multiple times all the way through the anime, which is fine, but he kind of makes up for it for being the strong type later on. And I generally kind of like that. It was a nice kind of balance, but it did feel like he could have been a puppy dog to the girls at times. But yeah, he is a really cool character. I do think that he is kind of more relatable than most characters because he has this sort of balance of, did he go too far? Did he say the wrong thing? I think there are some scenes that you kind of think, like they didn't need to happen, where he gets drunk with the guild master, that turns into something. And in a way, I found it funny that a giant guy who could get drunk on one drink, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I generally thought that he would be okay at drinking and it'd be like, oh, not drunk after one drink. And that whole scene didn't make me feel uncomfortable, but I was a bit like, okay, that's a little bit weird. The girls do make him feel uncomfortable at times, and this is something that you you kind of see in most animes, but you don't always see it. So it was fun to see that happen. There are so many kind of really cool moments in this anime. I love the fact that the slave collars have a lot more power than anyone thinks. We get to a part in the anime where Shera is taken by her brother, and he has this power over her to make her say or do whatever he kind of wants. And at this point, when they're about to face her brother, you know, Diablo orders her to tell her the truth. And obviously the prince guy, this dick, turns around and says like, oh, you've got to do this. And you can see the orders kind of conflicting, but the slave collar outdoes it and kind of breaks the spell a little bit. And then we get into a whole massive scene, which is a cool fight scene against like this world-ending dragon and obviously Diablo. It kind of leads into more stuff where we've also got some of like the guards, this kind of like high up general type thing. You see a lot of fight scenes going on, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't really have any kind of complaints about this anime. I generally think it's a really good one. If I was to make one, I think maybe having Diablo be more accepting with the girls and their feelings towards him, because you know that they loved him, they fell in love with him, but he's kind of more like, oh no, I'm gonna be this big massive person. And I generally think that if he felt like he could accept their love, it would be a lot different. So yeah, I just generally kind of really like this like whole anime itself. I think if you're looking at battle scenes, one of the biggest ones is when he goes against Krem Skull. That's the full name, but Krem, when she sees Rem get hurt, dear God, just seeing the rage, the anger, but then seeing the ultimate attack of Diablo, or one of his ultimate attacks, I thought that was kind of really cool. I thought that was actually a really nice way of kind of fighting the monster, that he had to strategically place his magic everywhere. And I really like the fact that he wasn't over time, like if he used these massive magic attacks, that his body would be drained, and he changes a little bit. I really like the last battle scene. Adding in, I do think that Diablo was overpowered at times, and that's what I didn't like, because I've seen these anime characters that literally they say one thing and everything's wiped out, and they're way too strong, and no bad guy can actually go against him or beat him type thing, and that kind of annoys me. But apart from that, I thought everything was fine. I'm gonna kind of leave it there. I really highly recommend this anime. I'll link the description where you can get it down below in the description, because I highly recommend you check it out. Highly recommend that you watch it, and I really hope there's another season. So if you've seen this, what do you think? Do you like this sort of anime? Do you hate it? Do you think there's a second season? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you've liked this sort of video, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as a cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And yeah, I'm gonna end it there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.